All right. Welcome on in, guys. Happy Wednesday. This is Mayjorly Bearded. I am Dan C.
I'm the mayor.
The mayor,
Back
aka Steve.
Yep, that too.
Aka Bath Time, aka Bath
Soon.
Bomb. Yeah.
Can't talk about it. My agent says working with some bath
we
companies.
Gotta keep that confidential
right.
there. All right.
Big businesses. Baths are big business.
Big business. Okay. Let me throw up our credentials here real quick for that contact information. So what is up, guys? Mayor, how you doing? It is Wednesday night.
Yes, it has been a big day.
It's been a big day.
It has been just a busy day.
Yeah.
But it's also just been like there's been just so many things. It's been a piece of life, a day where you could say there's been some real
we'll come
amazing
back to
ups, and some hard just things, like things I won't even talk about, but just like a little snapshot of a life.
Yeah, this week in general has been big for life. This will be I think a day and a week we come back to, and years down the road when we're taking over the world and we're like, whoa, that was a moment. So if we can everybody get your drinks together for this, to the big day, the big moment this week.
Pepsi
get a little cheers.
We're available.
Yeah, right. Yeah, whatever you got there. Betsy Wamba says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Cheers, Betsy. Thank you for lending me your husband.
Clutch, because she's not feeling that great. So
I'm with you. I had my sub papers online ready to go Monday at like 2:30 a.m. And Sam, in a roundabout way, talked me out of it. I went to work, and I don't regret it. I was glad I went to work.
Yeah, it's teaching is a weird career job where it's tougher. More things can come up. You can create more work by not being there, but you don't want to go in and spread like illness. Right.
So let's hash out the week real quick. Talk about some things that have been going on. Monday, we had a big Commands Corner live stream with Fable.
Like, really big. Like, I was excited.
Yeah, it was good.
I couldn't stop. I liked hearing what everybody had to say.
Yep. New product type, new product out there. It was really cool. And then on Tuesday, I was on a podcast with two world champion goatee and beardsmen called Talking Beards. And I think I was brought to some new faces. So that was really cool.
And yeah, those were some epic beards that they were rocking. Show beards.
I no joke left and was like, I got in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I need to grow my beard. I literally had not beard envy, but I had like beard depression. I'm not kidding.
Well, I was just kind of watching, and I was hoping I was like, you can tell them about the baths. You can talk about some of the mistakes I've made. Just don't tell them how short my beard is, because I just, I don't want.
I don't think I brought that up.
No, you didn't.
No, okay.
All
right.
That was you heard my telepathic beard shortness.
Yeah.
Message.
So that was cool, different but cool, right? Different vibes than I'm used to here, that I'm with myself. But that's what makes you better. That's what you expand your comfort zones. And then other huge thing, I have it over here. I had recently been reached out to by Beard Brand. I was only the second person in their company's history that they've sent stuff to, and got to kind of launch. I was the first video, the first reveal of their new scent that's going to be in Target, and so that was really cool. They posted my video on their Facebook. Their owner, Eric Banholtz, has been talking to me. He commented on the video. The company commented on the video. So Stonemason revealing that was really cool. That was a big moment.
And it's amazing.
The mayor got, hey, listen up here, guys. Stonemason review part 2. Mayor, go ahead and hit him with your thoughts real quick on Stonemason.
Again, 7 months into the beard journey, this is a scent that it's like a new branch, a new direction. I kept going back to it because it's very subtle, and it's one where I had to kind of get the oil out and get it on there. But it's what I thought of. I guess I'll just say is that's going to be a lot of people. That is going to be their go-to scent. That is going to be the way, like, their kids know that they smell, like Old Spice was my grandpa. Like, that is like the tried and true. They've got something pretty awesome there.
I said it was a game changer in the video because of that. They can go to the store for $15 to snag this. And no affiliate. I get nothing. They've never paid me a penny. And I would probably be in my better interest to say it wasn't good. Go buy the other stuff that supports the channel and stuff, but it's just not true. this will be people's signature scent. I wish I would have consulted with you. That's a really good line right there. I'm going to take that.
It's innovative.
Yeah, it smells
it's cool.
wonderful.
You know, that's where creativity and going a different direction can be rewarded.
Yeah, it's $15 for this. No shipping, no wait. Go get it. Target. And who doesn't love Target? Well, I love Target personally.
We all love Target.
It's a good feel. When we're like stressed, we go to Target.
Popcorn smell when you walk in. It's all red.
And our boys love the popcorn. So
they got the dollar stuff up front. I wonder how much that, you know, when talking about the dollar items,
you got to like walk through it to get to the store.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, but they're not dollar items really.
Not anymore.
They get you in with that.
Right.
Yeah. So they're smart there. So it is wonderful. That was a special moment. And then today, a couple big things. As Bill, my man, pointed out there, the channel hit 10 million minutes watched.
And did you remember how many years I said that was?
Oh, no.
Over 20 years worth of watching.
Over 20 years worth of watching. That is just crazy, man. Just crazy. Josh says your targets have popcorn. Yes, that's like the signature.
Yeah.
It's
boys like going to a school basketball game.
My boys call it the Pop store. They don't call it Target. They say, are we going to the Pop store? So 10 million minutes watched. That's crazy, right? Because numbers can be inflated. People can mess with numbers. Like if you go over to TikTok, it's a Chinese-owned company. People are like, I have 1 million followers on TikTok. Well, those numbers are tampered with. They're played with.
I've got kids doing projects on that in school.
On the tampered
I threw that out there. I told you about
cool.
it. I'm like, I'm just about buying influence, buying followers on Instagram and all that stuff. And it's, you know, I have a feeling, I was telling the kids, a couple of them like lit up. They're like, because kids, even at 8th graders, are like, well, so-and-so must have gone on eBay and bought 1,000 followers because they have like 3 likes on their pictures, but 50,000 followers.
Exactly. And I'll do that. I'll go on somebody's TikTok and they'll have 100,000 followers and their views will get like 6 likes.
So you know what's next, right? An industry of people that
optimize that.
You want the premium follower that will look like you. So then there's people out there that will do that.
The good and that exists.
I'm sure
they have whole like tech rooms in India that does that. But the best companies don't want that. If YouTube,
what do you want that for?
Yeah, if YouTube detects fake likes, fake views, fake subscriptions, they go through and they literally called a purge and they purge them. Right. So you'll see that with people that whoa, their views have fallen off.
Right.
It's because they go and purge them.
Oh.
And you can go on socialblade.com and check out, you've seen that. You can check out any channel before and you'll see somebody and they'll have negative 500 subs one day. Like, what? What? That's crazy. But the beautiful thing is you can't lie about watch time.
Right.
You can lie about views. You can lie about the other stuff. There's nobody that's hiring computers to watch for a set amount of time. So that is a beautiful thing, man. 10 million minutes watched. Like absolutely crazy. So that was today. Launched the video. And then the other big news, this is straight up 100% the mayor, other than just like a point here or an idea there. Mayor, what is officially live right now?
Well, first, credit due to Doug.
Doug Sloan.
Doug found he kind of like found the recipe.
Okay.
And he handed it over. And
okay, is that what it
followed the
behind
recipe.
The scenes?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Thank you, Doug.
He found the recipe. Beard barber recommendations. It's something since we started even thinking about the Facebook. How could we? This was something that we came up that this is something people need
before the group.
Right.
Before.
How do we get in touch with people that we can trust with our beards for trims? And so we have now a Google form and we have a mapping tool that will take your entries, the Facebook group member entries, and I think I have it set. I actually have it autopilot. I hired a little robot. I don't know when he shows up at home, but he's going to be awesome. We have a dog, so hopefully they get along. But every hour he will pump out your recommendations.
And with that said, with anything being robotic and anything being new, there will be errors. There will be speed bumps. We know that, guys. If you ever notice anything, just reach out to the mayor, myself in private, and we'll get that taken care of there. Because whatever reason, when people point out like errors and stuff publicly, that becomes like snowball. Like, I saw that too. You know what I mean? So just know there will be errors. We fully know that, guys. But my goodness, this is going to be amazing. Leo said, just got back from my barber. Don't know if he wants publicity. Well, then I don't know if he should be in business.
Right. I would.
Yeah, that doesn't make quite any sense to me for a barber. The worst case scenario is you turn people away. Like, that's a good problem. Like, for me, if companies reach out and want to work with me, the best case scenario is I have too many companies.
Not too many successful businesses are anti-business
or publicity.
Oh.
So I would hope your barber would want all the publicity in the world. And this is an amazing avenue, not only for us, right? We want to know where we can get our beard trimmed. This is an amazing opportunity to highlight great barbers, which is going to be an amazing thing.
And the first time I want to hear the first time somebody is like at a wedding in Chicago or a wedding in somewhere, and they're like, oh, this looks weird, or, I have some time or whatever. And I look up here and one of my bearded brothers has suggested I go see so-and-so. They do it. It's positive. That would be awesome.
Or if you just moved.
Right.
And you had a trusted barber for 10 years and now you're starting all over again, this is going to be it. It's going to be amazing. Beard Octane says, I hate publicity. It gets annoying. Well, guys, Beard Octane, wonderful company. They have launched their LCW back again. One of my favorite, if not probably my favorite beard wash. And we know all caps, DanC10, go. And guess what, Mayor? Citrafella is now in LCW.
Of course it is.
So
Joe knows what he's doing.
Citrafella is in LCW, you guys. DanC10, all caps. If you want a facial explosion of soap and wash, LCW. Let them know your experience with the first time using LCW. Because you got some, right?
Oh, yeah. I got about this much left.
Yep.
And it is every other day I use it. LCW lather condition wash, right?
No longer sold out. Everyone's like, what? It's no longer sold out. Right now, guys, go. DanC10.
Drive.
All right, sorry, go, Bear.
It's cool. I just use a dime size little bit, and it with a small, with a more face beard, a smaller beard, it is just a tingling, like just an amazing kind of moisturizing journey for your beard. And I use it every other bath, and I rinse it, and I rinse it out, and it really helps my beard to be clean, feel like the skin underneath to feel dry, and clean and feel good, and it's like ready for those products and all.
It's amazing. There's nothing out there like this, and I like other ones. I like the beard wash from Detroit Grooming. I like the Honest Amish beard and body bar soap, but LCW is as original and as lathering as it gets, guys.
And it goes forever.
Forever.
Like a bottle is all you know.
Forever. And Corey, I love 7 Potions as well. This has passed 7. 7 Potions was my first love of a beard wash, and I well documented that on the channel. But it's amazing. Douglas Vlogs, would you recommend Wild Willie's? That is one I have not tried. I've been waiting for them to reach out to me. I know I could buy it, but I'm just not at a place right now to buy it because I have a pretty packed testing schedule, so I'm not just going out there to buy things. So, no, I've not tried them out. I get a hold of them. If you guys ever want me to review something, contact the company, say, hey, I'm not going to buy it unless DanC reviews it. That's probably your best way to get that going. Joe should collab with the mayor and do an LCW basement bath bomb.
Well, I don't know.
I like it.
I think Joe's a pretty smart business guy. I don't know. I did get some people said, hey man, I'm a bath guy too. I just didn't want to put it out there in the chat.
Okay, all right.
So there were a few reaches out like that.
We'll leave those in private. Yeah. That's okay.
I'll take that.
But yes,
I own it. DanC owns it. When he, whatever's going on,
whatever.
You tell it like it is.
Yeah, I don't hide anything.
Look at me.
And that kind of goes with the channel. And the mayor saw the whole birth of this, and we've talked about it a lot this summer. I don't think we talked about much lately. But when the channel first started out, starting a YouTube channel is a weird thing as an adult, as like a 30-year-old male. And I owned it, man. I went in full 2 feet first. I was ready to go. And I think that's just how you got to approach anything you like in life. Right. You just got to own it. When I have a beard, I don't like walk around, try to avoid like seeing people. We had an assembly this week and our superintendent was there. First thing I did was walk right up to him and shake his hand. Right. And he's not a fan of facial hair, but it's nothing that I'm hiding from him, so. And
he's a fan of good teaching, and that's something
exactly
you can do. So
and student relationships, which are only bolstered by having something they can relate to, like a YouTube channel.
Right.
So absolutely. So the map is live, guys. This is the mayor's baby child.
If we were a high-end business, it would never be live right now because they wouldn't have tried out enough. So there's going to be some things that happen, okay?
Yep.
But I originally just gathered 25 pieces of data, 25 people recommended within the first couple of days, and that was just the U.S. This is a global thing now.
Global.
So you should be able to type an address. The biggest thing is going to be the address. So I saw a message about the wrong Mason, or it was like Mason, Ohio.
So they got to get it correct.
Yeah. What I can do, probably the easiest way with that is just delete it out and have you resubmit it. And we're going to go through those growing pains, but definitely a tool worth having. And I'm kind of like, I'm super excited because it's the first thing I really feel like people are just like, wow, like almost instant kind of.
Real deal.
People were like, where has this been?
Yeah, real deal. So it's pumped. It's been a big week, and we have the stream. So if you guys know, we drink Mountain Dew. We talk about beards. I'm all right now. I'm going to follow up with that. All right. We drink Mountain Dew, and we eat beef jerky. We got a couple different things to highlight on here. One of our favorites is, most of you can get near you, is Duke's, and it's the sticks. Really good. I love the hot and spicy, but this original one is delicious, like absolutely delicious. Alan, I'm actually going to talk about that in a video. Yes, it can if you're taking it close to with biotin, but I'm going to make a video on that. Then another one we have today is one of my local favorites here, and this is called Paul's Gourmet Jerky. Paul's Gourmet Jerky, and this is cherry chicken jerky. And then if we have time and we're feeling hungry, we do have some fire-grilled pork jerky that is Korean barbecue. Some Korean barbecue fired up. That's last if we need that. We got some priorities beforehand. So that's what we got going on, some jerky. So question for you guys as we get this going here. Doug brought over some Amish chocolate. That was so good. Did you try that?
Yeah, I did.
So, and that was another part of the big week. We had all the moderators over and had a huge party. So that was awesome. And gave away, like, I think I counted roughly, it was like $3,000 worth of product.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And we'll talk about something from you in a minute here.
There's a lot.
There's a lot tonight. I feel amped right now.
I didn't get here at the normal time.
Yeah.
Just because things were happening.
I got a baby.
And we had to like stagger. Well, no, I'm talking like, I was at basketball till 7:30. But like, I'm talking, the Facebook thing launched. We had so many things happening today.
Yeah.
We had to like stagger what we're putting out on Facebook and all that. So that it wasn't.
And so we got a lot going, which is awesome.
Great. We both like that.
Dave says jerky does have quite a bit of sodium. That is true. My doctor has actually told me for my last blood work, I need to have more sodium because I drink so much water that I was flushing out more sodium than my body needed. I was deficient in sodium.
That's awesome.
Isn't that wild? Because but there is value in sodium. You need sodium.
Yeah. It helps your cells to bring water and things
Exactly. And so especially with jerky, if you're going to do sodium, do it in something like jerky.
Absolutely.
Don't do it on French fries and table salt and all that stuff. But I was literally deficient in sodium. So that was one of the biggest things to do is to get that going. So question for you guys, 2-part. What are you drinking and what are you eating? Anybody got jerky out there? Anybody got Mountain Dew? We got our waters, of course. Got to have the waters. You guys know how that goes. So what do you have? Need sodium? Yes. Yeah, it's a fact. So what else you got going on? Smoked jerky. I love smoked jerky. It's not as long of a shelf life, but hey, we don't need a long shelf life if we got it here. We got some whiskey, some Dr. Pepper. Oh, yeah. Let's try this, man.
Do you like whiskey?
I can't have it.
Okay. Oh, because it's
it's wheat.
Yeah.
Pepsi Zero.
That's good.
You like that? I love that.
I prefer it to the turkey, actually.
Oh, yeah. Not even comparable. So this is Michigan chicken cherry jerky. Chicken cherry jerky here. So good.
For sure. Hey, thank you, Douglas.
Bam.
Wow.
Douglas, man.
He's here.
That's awesome.
That's all. Super helping. He's like, get that map going. More map.
Yeah. That is awesome. Here it goes. Didn't even have a comment to say with it. So, Douglas, thank you, and I appreciate that. That's amazing. So, Mayor.
Yes.
This weekend, I gave away a ton of products. I gave away butters, balms, oils, washes, everything you can imagine. Literally, it was thousands of dollars.
Your team. You were celebrating with your team.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They're my mods. They're
I think there's a Drake song about that.
Yeah. Which one?
My friends need rings or
championships. Nice. I like that one. So we were giving back to the team. That's well said, right? That's not a usual occurrence, but I don't think places usually have that great of a team behind them. And one of the things that I was really happy to give away was I gave away the Kushel Bar Pro to the mayor himself because, one, I thought he could benefit from it. Two, I already had 2 different ones that I like. And 3, why not? So, Mayor?
Well, Tim started pinching me. He was really mad.
Was he?
I think he was jealous.
Okay.
I think that's what that was.
Tim's aggressive.
Yeah,
you gotta watch.
Super.
You gotta if you see Tim Lee as a moderator in here, like mind your P's and Q's because he's aggressive.
Like that quiet, aggressive.
Yeah. He'll say something under his breath if you don't watch out.
I don't know. I hope we're good.
Yeah.
But I love the Kushel Bar. I have used it. I heard you. I know you don't suggest everyday use for drying out. And I will say it does lend itself well towards oils and butters afterwards because you do feel more dry out.
Yep.
But do you remember I said it is probably the single biggest difference maker for me as a beard product so far. More than oils, balms, more than the Beardscape. Because the Beardscape's got a lot, it is still trimming your beard. And there's a lot of risk involved.
Damage control.
And I'm sure you can use Kushel Bar can do some damage too if you have no idea what you're doing. But one of my biggest things with the face beard or with the shorter beard style is trying to keep that tight look. And the Kushel Bar just is kind of like a magic, run through. And I get a good day or two out of, where everything seems to be falling in place. And I love it. I can wake up and I'm look in the mirror and be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
And it's easy to use.
The wave's gone.
Wave is gone. Easy breezy.
Not that it was bad. And I'm not saying, the mayor knows me.
I brought it up. I said this is weird,
Yeah, the mayor knows me better than you guys know me well, but the mayor knows me better probably than anybody other than my wife. I probably spend more time with him more than anybody than my wife.
Aren't we?
And I just say things. I'm not like a jerk that's like, oh, don't sugarcoat anything. I just say things, and it's always from a good, positive intention place. I'm never out there as a jerk, but there was a little wave, and I'm not just saying this to be nice.
Some people like it. Yeah.
Some people like it. There was nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But this
just
one,
like baths.
True. I think part of my bath problem is being 6'3".
Yeah,
the tubs are more difficult. Right. They're not made for me, but it's taken out the wave. It is amazing. So find it easy to use. What's the?
I mean, it's almost idiot proof.
Yeah, true.
I would find a way otherwise. I mean, my wife uses a flat iron or straightener every day. I'm used to the whole let the thing cool down on the countertop after, and so I'm familiar with that.
Yep, same thing.
But it's super easy, you can see it working. You run it through it. It's
as you go through,
you run it through it. It comes out the other end and it's done.
Those videos on Instagram are
a toaster oven.
Yeah,
you know what a toaster oven is?
Yeah, I got one upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like making a pizza at a pizza place. They just put the toppings on. They run it through the one side of the machine,
and then you see it brown on the other.
Right.
Yeah, it really is. And I think this goes to a topic that we talked about before stream because I had my Beard Brand video today. Beard Brand people love to hate on Beard Brand. Why? Because they made it. Because they're successful. Not because they have bad ingredients. Not because of anything else other than they are successful. The same is for Kushel Bar. People want to hate on Kushel Bar because they're successful. People get stuck on a price, but they don't realize you get what you pay for. And we've talked about that many times before. I used to be the guy that would buy Aeropostale shirts and all these super cheap shirts, and they would break down after 2 washes. The Kushel Bar is not cheap by any means, but it's going to outlast those cheap ones 2-3 times over. It's going to be healthier for your beard 2-3 times over. And there's people that can't understand that, Scuba, but and I've told Scuba this. We have our most heated debates are about this thing. He's like, they're all the same. They're not. Quality is different. Quality matters. And I'll always say that. And the Kushel Bar is just great. And the people that want to throw stones, every single one of them are people that have not tried it. So that is absolutely, I think, a point of why people hate on stuff like that. It's amazing for you to try something that was has some hate to it, has lots of love to it, but to be able to say, this is the biggest game changer for my beard. Huge. And awesome. Somebody says, buy Scotch Porter co-wash now or wait for sale. They're not going to have a big co-wash sale for several months. So if you need it, buy it now. I would appreciate if you clicked my link to buy it. That does help out the channel. So thank you if you can do that. But they did their big sale in December. They're not going to run that back for a while. And I try to warn everybody when they do their sales, stock up, because
they really don't have to do it too
They
much.
don't. No, they're killing it. So they know you're going to come back. So that's going to be a big one. Dan sees a kid at heart. A kiddie pool has multiple uses. Wedding reception, I had 2 kiddie pools, one for light beers, one for heavy beers. Hey man, hey, we have a house up north. My parents do, so we know all about kiddie pools and
is that like,
different things.
Beers like beards, like you have a light beard and a heavy beard. Light beard, heavy beard.
I think so.
I like beards and heavy beards. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, it's like what kind of guy you like.
Yeah,
I'm more in a heavy beard kind of guy. Yeah,
interesting.
And my buddy Matt Beard Law says nothing more American than Mountain Dew and beef jerky. I would wholeheartedly have to agree with you. On so many layers does Mountain Dew scream American, and on so many layers does jerky scream American.
You're right.
It really does. Like, not good for you, terrible, in your face, do what you want. Meat, man, animals, flavor. Like, that's America. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Beautiful.
It is.
I think that was a haiku.
I don't know.
Or a mariku. It's like a haiku poem. Mariku. It's a new type of poetry just invented here. Mariku.
Dude, man, you are like firing
outside the box
cylinders tonight. He said an Ameriku.
It's like a haiku, but it's American.
You had a couple stuff earlier too, where I was like, man,
I know we should have had the camera rolling.
Tonight feels different.
Hear that, honey?
Tonight feels different. Ameriku. I love that. Absolutely love that.
It doesn't matter how many syllables are in it. It has to be about America and Mountain Dew.
Look, Ameriku. That is so good, man. Good.
She's still there. Oh, Lord. Hi, honey.
She threw a
poop. You know, what do you think of her commenting on Facebook? Like, I can't even be. There was something we were talking about, and it was over the weekend, which wasn't the most popular topic, about like doing a good gesture, and then of course it came time. I was like, I'm not great about unloading the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And she like posts on Face. She puts out for everybody. She's like, "It's time. I think it's time that you come up and."
I didn't see that one.
I'm trying to play my game with my son.
I missed it. I missed it.
Like, hey, honey, anytime you want to come up and do that, go on up.
Betsy, you're welcome to comment anytime you want, any way you would like. All right, you got the green light. Green light, and we have Talking Beards in here. They were the podcast. Straighten up.
I know those guys.
Yeah. So we were talking about you guys earlier. So Talking Beards were being talked about. Does that make it Talking Beards squared? Talking Beards being talked about. Talking Beards in parentheses to the second power. Something like that. Oh, Betsy said, much love, Silky Dan. She knows about Silky.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this.
Woo, okay.
What?
Interesting. I've never let Sam meet him, so
yeah.
That's a first. That's a first there. I love that. And somebody said, if you were to get another supplement from Beard Octane other than biotin, what would it be? So Beard Octane offers 3 different supplements: biotin, coconut oil, and then beard fuel. They all have 3 different purposes. Biotin is simply to speed up the rate of growth for your hair. Biotin converts into keratin levels, and it's going to grow your nails. It's going to grow your hair, your head hair, your chest hair, your butt hair, everything faster.
Most importantly,
99% of humans are biotin deficient in terms of hair growth, not in terms of health. You only need like 30 milligrams of biotin a day to function. You need 10,000 mcgs of biotin a day to have optimal keratin production. So if you want your beard to grow faster, biotin. Beard fuel is for overall health. It's like a multivitamin for your beard. It's going to make it stronger. It's going to make it healthier. It's going to prevent split ends. And then coconut oil is just going to help out the skin. If you have dry skin, if you have flaky skin, anything that's bothering you there, that's going to make a big one. And the gummies is, it's similar to a multivitamin. Joe, I got this, Joe. Take your seat, make the LCW.
That's not going to happen.
I know. I thought he didn't like publicity. So, Joe, step back,
you're
man.
the trusted teacher, but he feels like he's writing the textbook, he is the source of information, or he's writing history.
I would battle.
Teaching it.
I'd battle Joe on that source. I would.
I'm not trying to start something here. You guys calm down.
Joe, if that's your angle, if that,
of course, my wife's responding butt hair and saying ew. So she's out of control as well.
If that's your angle, Joe, we got a problem.
There's a lot of tension today.
I am the source as well. Not more, but he said Jedi mind tricks. All right, calm down. Jeez. All right. And we'll talk about that. I'm going to do an update video on biotin very soon. Very, very soon. Maybe next week. No, not next week. Maybe in 2 weeks. I already got next week mapped out. Now 3 weeks. Yes, I got it. Yes. Yeah. Soon. We'll leave it at that. All right, Mayor. Hit him.
All right, Facebook world. This is your time to shine. I want to shout out to Bill, Will, Steve, and Josh driving the train for our Facebook group. They are just like the welcoming committee, the goodbye. Well, no goodbye. We don't want to do goodbyes, but they are the concierge of our Facebook.
Bye, Felicia.
And we wouldn't be there without you.
Hit their name again. Hit their name.
Bill, Will, Steve, and Josh. They're like our top 4 or 5 like drivers.
And tell them who Steve is.
Oh, you mean the Funk?
The Funk.
Yeah.
The Funk Daddy.
Yes, for sure.
Funk Daddy. And that's one of them right there. Will.
Yep. Right. But I did something. I went a little, I just kind of started going through and looking at people's stuff that's out there. Because there's a lot out there when somebody has Facebook. Sometimes we forget about these things.
Yeah. Can I momentarily pause?
Yeah.
Dwayne says a question about biotin. Dwayne, I'm going to answer that in a video. I hate giving away my videos beforehand, but there is some validity to that. And I'll explain why. It has to do with your body prioritizing what it absorbs first when both things are coming in at the same time. That's why when people take like handfuls of vitamins and they throw them down their mouth at one time, that's not optimal. That's not recommended because your body has to fight for what it's going to absorb. So I'm going to explain that in the video, give you the best way. You can drink a Mountain Dew, be totally fine with biotin. You can drink coffee and be fine with biotin, but there's going to be some parameters we're going to set for that optimal growth. So I got you. It's going to be a good video. It's going to be a really good video.
I just mentioned Will Goodman, right? Will Goodman. I did a little. He's from Texas. Did you know he's from Texas? And seems like to be Texas a huge sports fan.
Speaking of Texas, Vinny P's in the building. What's up, Vinny P?
What's up, Vinny P? But it looks like Will ran into some trouble once in a place called CC's Pizza. You should have read this review about CC's Pizza, which ours is closed, right? Here? Or is it still open?
It's been closed for years, man, and I've never even been able to eat there.
CC's Pizza.
Years.
You want to read something kind of funny? I feel like maybe ours closed when Will in Texas wrote this review about CC's Pizza.
This is on his Facebook?
Yeah, I found that. All right.
Do you have the review?
Not with me. No.
Spark notes?
You have to be friends with Will and read it.
True.
Basically, just like it was like a disgusting. Started with the food and ended with everything else possibly in the entire experience. And the CC's Pizza actually fell into a pit at the end. No, it wasn't quite that bad, but
okay.
It was pretty epic. I don't want to, this is my first time kind of trolling out people's stuff on there, so I didn't want to go too deep. We got John Gomez. I'm talking about John, he's a top 10 contributor on the Facebook, and I thought it was really interesting. He went to high school in West Virginia, but he now lives all the way across the country in California. I think that's pretty crazy.
That's
West Virginia,
straight
California,
up the other side of the country. You're going from different people there.
That is 2 extremes of America.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, that is.
Brad Logan, a big contributor. Okay? Brad I had fun with. Brad,
yeah.
Brad lists you know the movie Napoleon Dynamite. If I had to guess, you hate it because it just doesn't make sense to you.
I love Napoleon Dynamite.
You do? Okay, good. I'm glad because I
obsessed with Napoleon Dynamite. There's so many amazing lines in there. I could go on forever.
All right.
Love it.
I'm glad. Yeah, Brad lists as one of his favorite shows the Napoleon Dynamite cartoon.
I have seen that. I think Netflix.
It was on I think they had like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But he had Napoleon Dynamite as one of his favorite shows.
Lord.
Yeah, it was not good. The cartoon
I always ask
awful.
the kids a trivia question about just to see who has cool parents, and I ask them what movie with the namesake character as the title had tater tots in his pockets, and you'll see like 3 kids. Light up, and it's like you had good parents.
There's something about that that's just very very awkward.
Shocks.
Some of the characters may or may not remember me or remind me of family members of mine.
Oh yeah.
So but the cartoon was terrible. But Brad listed as one of his favorites. I love the movie, cartoon. I don't know.
Did you watch the cartoon?
Half of one.
Oh,
I gave up. The other thing I thought was interesting about Brad is he belongs to a Facebook group that is entirely devoted to office memes. Only office memes.
The show?
Yeah, like memes from. So I think that would be like, how long would that go on? Like, there's
Forever.
a lot of episodes. You think?
Forever. Like I said, I think we've watched Parks and Rec 17 times now.
Okay. Yeah.
So people are like that forever.
Do you ever think of Duke Silver when you open the Dukes?
No.
You know who Duke Silver is?
Yeah, Ron Swanson's saxophone playing guy. Is saxophone? Yeah, saxophone. Yeah.
Yes. Connor Jancy is actually super active. And
Connor. Yeah. He likes to post pictures.
Where he's from?
I'm going to say the East Coast area of a little more inland, Tennessee, Kentucky.
He's Ontario, actually, so he's Canadian.
Oh, yeah. I did know that because he posted about something we had. I think the barber thing.
He wanted to be able to put.
He said, "Bummer, I'm from Canada." Oh, yes. Okay, I did know that.
So that's what that's all about. Michigan's kind of Canada. Although
the UP is.
I feel like since I was a kid, like I was 18, 19, there's less people that go back and forth. Would you agree with that? Or do you think it happens more? Maybe I'm just not plugged into that. We used to,
I think it's more age related.
Okay.
Right? So if you guys don't know, in Canada, their drinking age is 19. In the U.S., it's 21. So a big thing in our area is when you turn 19, you go over to Canada to legally drink. So I think that was big when we were younger. And we go a lot. We love Toronto. Toronto is one of our favorite cities.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love Toronto. And we like to drive through there. We've been a few times, so we enjoy Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really amazing. It's like we have one of the things that's interesting about us. We have two middle schools in our school district. I'll get to why this connects, and they're very similar, but they've been there like 12 years, and so. Whenever we have a hosted team from the other school, and I'm trying to get them directions, like and they get confused about where one thing is or another. I'm like, think of it like this: it's like Canada. It's just a little different, The speed limits might be a metric or whatever, but it's pretty much the same place, just a little different.
Yeah,
I think I'm very clever with that. That's why I shared that.
It is. We have color differences. There's like, oh, you're missing a TV over there and stuff. So yeah, there's differences. Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, Jeremy Blake.
From
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh,
he drives the blue Golf, like souped up. Super up. And his only favorite TV show that's listed under his likes is the Golden Girls.
Wow.
And has
he got some years on him?
It says he watched it 7 years ago.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's something you want to clean off there, or if like Dorothy or Rose is just really connected with you on some kind of level. Maybe Blanche.
They're pretty.
Was it Blanche? It was the kind of like,
I've never watched it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Blanche was the sultry is a nice word for it.
Oh,
as far as
I know the feathered hair. I know the whole deal, right? The girls had that's what they call it, feathered hair.
The Golden Girls were old.
They're the old ladies?
Yeah.
No,
this is like 1983, and Betsy's probably gonna say something.
They're old there?
That's some good
good taste.
Golden Girls. Okay, right. Yeah, she likes to go. They were just like thinking of Golden Years, Golden Girls.
Okay, I'm thinking of like Charlie's Angels, like.
Oh.
So it's not that?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Opposite of that.
Never mind.
Actually.
So,
anyways, there's a bunch of older women.
Betty White? Betty
White was one of them. And they just kind of had they got up to some shenanigans through their time. You really, yeah. So that's, I would suggest reaching out to Jeremy. Maybe he can tell you a little bit more about the Golden Girls. And then my last one of my digging was Matt Stockwell.
Oh, yeah.
Matt is,
love Matt.
Do you know where he's from?
I think he's a redhead.
That doesn't really help.
Yeah, I think he's a redhead.
Okay, that's correct. He's from Missouri.
Okay, no, Missouri. I didn't know that.
We have an area in our city called Little Missouri. Did you know that?
No.
When the shops in Flint were booming, like droves of people moved from places like Missouri.
Yeah.
And they built like these little houses. So there's little neighborhoods nicknamed Little Missouri.
Really? Where at?
where Baker College used to be till it closed. Fenton and Bristol.
Mhm.
Little Missouri's back there. There's also one over 475. You know where Dottie's Pet Center is?
Yeah.
Keep going towards Saginaw Road from Dottie's.
Okay.
And you've got
We'll have to see.
they're just stamped houses.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Matt is a big, huge NBA fan.
NBA?
NBA, and it looks like he is engaged.
Oh, congrats, Matt.
Yeah.
I knew that, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, super nice guy.
Yes.
Younger fella.
Yes.
Yeah, younger fella. Awesome. And Talking Beards said they're editing our podcast. Talking Beards, if you want to let us know a tentative time that's going to be posted and put your website, I'll throw it up here so everybody can go listen to us conversate. So that would be good. Awesome, man. Thank you for the highlights, man. Those are some good dudes. Any new thoughts on the group over the last week since it's developed? Where are we at? And I'll hit you with some too, but what are you thinking on the group?
The growth has been amazing.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were plugged into every little thing, and it is going. I'll find things from 3 or 4 days ago that I didn't even know happened, like discussions and things like that. And then I want to weigh in, and I feel like I missed out on the boat. But there's so much positivity and good things happening. I can't even be checked into all of it. It seems like sometimes.
No. Sometimes when you go by like recent activity, somebody else dove back in and brought stuff to the surface again. It's amazing. The biggest thing with me is I love what it is turning into and how sculpted it is. Like that's an amazing thing for me is it's unlike any other group that's out there. And there's going to be some aspects people wish were there, but they understand is not. And I love that, right? Some of the things that are common on Facebook groups that we don't have, there's no memes. There's nothing wrong with memes, as we acknowledged, but put those on your personal profile. I just don't like them blocking up the feed. There's no shared post from outside of Facebook because I don't like that.
And that's a tight. Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's a Facebook type thing though. So
right, and it sure is. Hey, friends, look at this. But what we're trying to do is kind of keep it pure. And are you mad at people that put something out there like that?
Not one bit.
No,
I know it's with the most awesome intentions, but there's just a structure and a purpose behind the structure, and it's just following through with that, right? It's like students in our classroom. I have amazing kids that don't think about a rule. I just simply have to remind them, and they're, oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that. Sorry, Mr. Command, we're good to go. I don't think anything less of that student, but probably respect them more for how they handle the situation.
Right.
So no, and it's, no memes, no posting outside stuff like that. Those things, it just clears up the feed. And I think the biggest organizational tool we have is the posted topics. We have topics at the top of the page, like beard mail, like recommendations that are not starting these brand new feed posts that are taking up everything. So I absolutely love that. So for me, that's been my takeaway is how it is applying itself. I don't see the due I paid for, Misters. FY, this group was amazing. Cheers. Let's give a little cheers to Gary there. Oh,
Gary, this one's on you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. I got to bounce later, dudes. All right, man. Later, Mr. 7. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. So that's been my biggest takeaway is how the group is molding into this really special place. Some people like to go on Facebook and make fun of their friends and post inappropriate stuff. And that's amazing. You should have your own place for that. I love that our page is not that.
Right.
And I think that's okay to say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think it gives it more. I think it'll probably end up being more and lasting longer because of those things.
I agree. And that's what it's setting up for. And a lot of this will be long forgotten that we set it up like this. Like if you remember the dark days of the group, first couple weeks, we had no talking about companies. And you thought we took away someone's mother.
Week.
Yeah.
Right.
You thought we took away their manlyhood, that we restricted them like it was a prison.
But if we hadn't done that,
we
want to kind of just have that pause. Like, why am I sharing this? And then also it just gives a little bit more I don't know, less, it creates, like you said, less noise and people know, well, this is something a little bit different. And it's just
it's something safe. I can ask about a company without having the company defend themselves. So that's the biggest thing. What's the discount code? Are you asking about Beard Octane? Beard Octanes is DanC10, all caps. LCW Wash is back, you guys. Joe never has product out of stock. He's not the company that is constantly replenishing. they had a mess up. The lab he works with on LCW, they messed up and didn't have the proper product. So he waited. This is rare for him, but it is back, guys. It is back. Joel says, I like the respect everyone shows. It's drama free. Exactly. There will be no drama on that page. If it is, it's dealt with swiftly and it's gone just like that. So it's easy peasy.
Victor wants to know about Young Living essential oils.
Not for your beard. Cool product for different purposes. I do not recommend putting Young Living essential oils in your beard. You can put them in a diffuser. Your wife can use them for different products, but they do not belong in. They do not belong.
Too strong.
Yeah, they don't belong in beard products for that. Especially if you don't know what you're doing, that can be really dangerous. But diffusers, dude, tear it up. Great stuff. Great stuff. Joe said, drove me nuts. Good to go now. Butter production overdrive this week. So good. Is LCW a shampoo conditioner combo or something? No, it is a wash. It's a straight up wash. It is a lather conditioning wash, meaning it is going to condition your beard. That doesn't mean it's a conditioner. Condition's kind of a general term that's going to be preparing your beard for health and for extra nourishment that's going to get in there. But make no mistake about it. It is a beard wash, LCW. And I helped Joe with the name. He wanted to go with a conditioning wash or conditioner wash. And I was like, you got to put LCW to make sure people know that it's a wash. It's a wash first and foremost. So that's big. Bear, you got to try out some new products this last week.
Yeah.
New butter.
I'm stuck with that Detroit Grooming, the
Leland.
It is luxurious, like just awesome. Great smell, mango lime, I think.
Yep.
And I'm pairing that with Citrafella oil.
Yeah.
From Beard Octane, and man, those two, they may come from different worlds. Star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, I agree.
But Romeo and Juliet, Montague and Capulet, whatever it is, they come together in the Mayor's Beard, and it is just beautiful music. And it does not end in double suicide like it does in Romeo and Juliet.
I didn't make the second half of the play, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's right. You walked out on that.
I told you that story.
You just couldn't do it.
Have I told them the story?
No.
All right. So
it's a good story.
Yeah.
Really just paint a good picture.
So the mayor and myself have very different tastes on a lot of random things, but we have super similar taste on important things.
I agree.
And like values and friendship and the way we approach life. But like bass and plays and stuff like that.
You're really into them and I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
And yeah, something like that. So yeah, we'll go with that one. and make sure you guys are live, right? We know YouTube likes to kick people off and not leave you live there. So let me throw this up. I
still think you'd enjoy Hamilton. My whole thing, I'm not saying all plays. I'm saying you go see Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
You'll really enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. I've watched it.
Great date
I've listened to it many, many times. So here's my story. I was dating my wife at the time, Sam C. And her India in the building. I love that when we have India. I had a guy from Sweden in the other night. I mean, that's so cool. I'm dating Sam at the time, and her cousin is a professional play actress. Like, she doesn't do movies and stuff. She does plays. And she had a professional play, and Sam said, would you like to go with me to go see Romeo and Juliet? My cousin's in it. It would really mean a lot to me if you could go. And I'm dating her at the time, so I want to marry her. It's a whole different story. If that question pops up this weekend, it wouldn't pop up because Sam wouldn't ask me. She knows better. And Robert, do you need to use co-wash with LCW? It's up to you. I do both, some days with it, some days without it. But she says, you want to go? I said, yes, of course. I will. Sorry, we got some sprees, little product placement. And I said, of course, I'll go with you. And it's her family, so that one is like a next level step, right? Of
your family was there?
Her family was there, and I didn't know that. And it wasn't Sam's family, her direct family. It was her aunt and uncle and other cousins and stuff. And so I go. I have never, ever liked plays. I have a really short attention span unless I'm doing stuff, right? I'm not the teacher that sits down. I'm the teacher that's up. I'm talking. We're doing review games. We're getting crazy out there, right? When I have not a podcast, when I do a live stream, man, I'm Mondays. I'm in your face. I'm here. I'm there. That's just who I am. And so what's up, Epic Beards? I didn't really know what I was getting into. And I go to the play, and it was the worst experience of my life with Sam. Literally the worst experience of my life with Sam. First off, It's like a real professional play. So you have to have super courteous manners. Couldn't be on my phone. Couldn't sleep. Like, I couldn't sleep. Couldn't be on my phone. Couldn't do anything because it was pitch black in there other than the stage. And later, VDP. And the play, in my view, all I have are my windows, right? I got my eyes and my ears. That's all I have there. Hey, what's up, Brady Pollock's in here? What's going on, man? And all I have are my eyes. Yeah, the man downstairs. I have my eyes and my ears. That's the only way I can judge it. You probably would have loved it. But for me, it was painful.
I couldn't do the Old English.
I could hear my blood flowing. Like, that's how much I was in tune with my body because I didn't want to be in tune with the play. I was listening to my blood flow. And I'm not exaggerating.
I think you're
and I was going through something.
You're just
and it was Old English. It was terrible, like absolutely terrible. And I'll never forget the feeling when the curtains closed, the lights came on. It was like, oh,
I did it.
My wings opened up. I was like, oh my gosh, I did it. I couldn't. I'm in front of her family.
You had no idea what was happening.
None.
Okay, let's set it up. Like,
none.
Just
right.
Time was standing still.
It was standing still. And I'm in front of her family. I couldn't even contain myself. I felt terrible, but I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I opened up. I was like, yes. And everyone looked at me and they go, what are you doing? And I go, sorry, I'm tired. I'm super excited to go home kind of deal, like playing catch up. And they go, it's intermission. I yell out, it's halftime. It is halftime. And they said, yes, there's like a break, 15 minutes. They'll give you a little light warning when you need to come back. And I said, Sam, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I will pick you up. Text me when it's done. And I left. I went and played Pokemon Go. I drove around the city where it was at. And there was no halftime show. Like, they didn't even have any entertainment. They just wanted you to walk around. So it was the worst experience ever because it was painful for me. Because I embarrassed her in front of her family, and I literally left.
And then they tricked you.
Yeah.
So you did leave, and she stayed to finish it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I left, and she stayed, with me, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because there was no way.
What do you think are some? What is it? Just you just had no interest in what's happening.
Nope.
No connection to any plot. None. And that's the thing is sometimes the dialogue, just Shakespeare takes you out of the story and you have no idea. You're just you're like sitting in the dentist chair for the entire time.
I will never forget saying it is halftime, like to her whole family, because I was in such shock. My body was like, no way. This is not possible.
Where's the cameras?
There's no way it's halftime right now. And it was like a 3-hour play. Halftime was at like an hour and a half.
Do you think you felt like it was like the stress of trying to act like the certain way that, like trying, you and yourself were putting on a show.
Yeah.
Just like wore you out.
Cause that's not me.
Right.
I'm not a sit there, dress up guy like that. It's not me. So it was awful. It was awful. Sam was so embarrassed. I was so mad that she would even like expect me to go to that thing. Like we were, I think, living together at the time. And because I bought a house and she lived with me before we were even married, and I had an apartment, she moved in. And so we were like fully understood me, and that, no way. Yeah. I was like, where's Ashton Kutcher? Who's punking me? This is good. Nope. Didn't happen. So, goodness.
We had one, I have a story a little bit like that.
Okay.
Not probably as epic because I hung in there no matter what. Yeah, but one of the big art festivals, art fairs, Ann Arbor Art Fair is a huge
Love
deal.
it.
You do?
Love it.
Well,
because I can walk around.
Right. Okay. Well, I was dumb and I didn't really look into what it was. And Betsy lived in Ann Arbor for a while, and her and her mom started talking. This is early in our relationship. I think we were dating.
Okay.
And they started pumping me up for this Ann Arbor festival. And I heard art fair, whatever fair. And it was like a turning point in our relationship because I walked around. Everything was like starting price, $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's like sculptures.
So it's like I can't afford. I'm not gonna buy anything. There's nobody selling baseball cards.
Right.
There's no lemonades.
Right.
It wasn't what I had pictured in my head. And I started to shut down, and get a little grumpy.
I think they have lemonades now.
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah.
There probably was lemonade then. I just didn't want to. I was just
blocked it out.
I didn't.
You wanted to make
couldn't
it the
find
worst.
the Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The kind. Everybody was. I wasn't going to be able to buy anything, and I really just didn't understand this. Looking at expensive stuff that I couldn't buy.
Yeah.
So I kind of hit a wall, and I've never been invited back. In fact,
we go almost every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We go over to the art show if we can in Grand Haven too.
Okay.
So we like them. Anywhere I can walk, I'm good. I think that's why I like Pokemon Go so much.
I get a little worried that Betsy does think she can buy one of the things there.
Oh.
And so then it's like a battle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do we really need that? You're going to stick that in the yard.
Woo. See,
there you go.
Yeah, Sam knows that's like goodness. No, like
okay.
I would laugh. No. So yeah, we go window shopping. The thing that I love about it, it's free. Yeah. I am a frugal person, and if I can go somewhere and walk for free, we're good to go. Good to go. So yeah, absolutely. Jeremy says the Costco turkey jerky is bomb, man. Yeah, it was good. It was I liked it more than the other turkey jerky.
Yeah.
So that was one. It was really good. What's up, Terry? Terry just came in there. Beards, guys. If you it's huge here in Korea. The mayor, what level did you get to of
Pokemon
experience?
Go?
Yeah.
45 times over.
So 45 times over?
I would have hit it 5 times.
Wow.
So like 100 million XP. And
wow.
then I hit a wall.
Wow. Yeah. Yep. Betsy saying you're full of it.
What?
This guy?
No.
I think
if I'm full of it, it's full of the rest of the story that I'm not sharing. That's what I'm full of. I gave you the PG story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For the way I felt inside, it really hurt.
Yeah. All right. Later, Steve. Take care, man. Beard Octane's butter restock is coming this week. So stay tuned for that. DanC10 all caps always. So, Mayor, any other adjustments, noticings with your beard in this last week since we've had this kind of ups and down?
I did
winter weather.
I went back. I did a little mustache work, just a little bit of scissor work.
Yeah, it looks good.
But I'm developing, and I just did. Go figure. You're not supposed to trim all the hairs the same length. So I staggered it a little bit, just to take a little bit of the fullness out.
So if you want to take the fullness out, yeah. So
not a ton.
I like the Ron Swanson cup over, but I do like it off my lip a little bit. But I like the Ron Swanson kind of cup over. So
yes, Mr. Paul, you're right. It does change that. I'm glad she's here, though. I love you, honey.
And he says, looking good, Wamba. So I agree there. So good mustache trim. We had somebody else in the Facebook community post that they did a mustache trim today. So I know that was a big moment for them. A lot of people try to hold on to the mustache. The mustache is easily the most irritating part of a beard. People are like, how do you eat with a beard? Easily. The mustache is the difficult thing.
And it's also front and center on your face.
True.
So you can screw it up.
True.
And we'll have to live with that.
Yeah. I love everything about my mustache. I love that it carries over my lip. I love that I can close my mouth and it's only hair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up hair. Yeah,
hair wall.
Yeah, hair wall. Right. It's just if I don't want you lip reading, I can just kind of go like this. So it's like easy ventriloquism. I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. So yeah, you got to be able to train it. So just put the son to bed, hitting the hay. All right, later, Douglas, man. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for that super chat. That was super kind of you. I really appreciate that. And as we talk about the beards and stuff, guys, if you have any questions or comments or observations, if you've noticed something about your beard in the last couple of weeks, if you're wondering about something, hit us now. This is the good time. I know we were kind of wrapped in some conversation and points earlier, but that's what Wednesdays is about for us, really. So hit us with any of those that you guys have.
I will say with a Kushel bar, definitely dryness. The beard gets dry, and I want the products. You want to moisturize the skin. I think it's more important if you're using something like a hot like straightener or whatever like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure you are giving it the nourishment you're taking away.
Yeah,
which is really important.
Because it's not a normal thing, a process to straighten hair, right?
No.
Hair doesn't.
No, it's not. It's like straightening a river, right? What happens when you straighten a river? The river fights back.
Damn.
If you looked at how much money the U.S. government spends on maintaining the shape of the Mississippi River every year, it's staggering. We could cure hunger. We could cure homelessness with the amount of money we spend by maintaining the banks of the Mississippi River. Like
really?
staggering amounts of money.
I get it. I mean, there's a lot riding on that. It's
Yeah.
like a drain for, well, there's, it takes all the way up from Minnesota.
Yeah, straight up to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans. So a couple things here, Dave. I'm going to get you one thing I want to put up there so you knew I was coming back to you. But Victor says, when I hear you guys talk about your wives, scares me. My girlfriend is throwing marriage talk at me. I want to get my white Bronco and gun it to the border. So my story with my wife, that was actually my girlfriend. And at the time, and afterwards, she handled it in an amazing way, kind of just figured me out, right? That's what a great supporting partner does. They understand, okay, I put Dan in a bad spot. I can't just get mad at him. That's just not him. It wouldn't have been right. My wife is the most amazing thing in my life. I love my channel. Love my kids are amazing, everything. But my wife is the rock. She makes everything work. She's my best friend, man. There's nothing I would run from in this marriage at all. I would do it over again tenfold. I would do it sooner. I mean, she's everything. So nothing to be scared about whatsoever. If anything, in that play story, it was probably me that was the scary one that was able to stay in front of her family like it's halftime and stuff like that. So that would be one there.
I'm going to go a little heavy on you for a second.
Okay. All right.
We just learned, when we got married, we went to like 15 weddings within 3 years, my brothers, everybody like that, all our friends from college and everything.
Okay.
We have, slowly but surely over the last 5 years, like had almost well over half of the marriages friends divorced. We just found out about another one this weekend. And Betsy and I talk about it, and we try to basically wonder, how does it happen? Like this couple I'm talking about, like it's out of the blue, kids, everything, but we were both in relationships that kind of could have gone to marriage.
Yeah.
And didn't. And we say, it could have easily been us.
Yeah.
For that. And I feel like marriage, if someone wants to marry you, first of all, try not to let it be a scary thing. Let it be honored by that, because that person's saying that whatever you are, they admire that and they want to be with you. But it is a lot of responsibility, and it is, something to, you enter into that relationship. And if you bring kids into it, you do it seriously. You go all in, and you're gonna have ugly days where you have a fit in the middle of the theater. You're gonna have times when I mess up all the time. I was telling you about with my car a couple weeks, how I had a little bit of a fit.
Great one. Great story.
I had a little bit of a problem. Had a little fit and made a mistake, and in front of, I had to own it in front of my kids.
Yeah.
But my, wife and like Betsy and Sam, they're playing the long game. They're not like, oh, I can't believe you did that. Lights out. When someone is ready to be married, and that they're somebody who, doesn't just shut you off, cut you off, shame you, whatever, when you do mess up, because we all do. But they're like, okay, maybe this is something we can work on, and then maybe we never go to another, Romeo and Juliet play. Certain things. And when you really love and care about somebody, you kind of take that whole big picture perspective in.
Absolutely. And we talk about that all the time too. As teachers, we see what divorce does to middle school students. It's more tragic than any decision they could make. Let me say that again. The impact of divorce on a middle school student is more tragic than any decision they could make.
That doesn't mean it isn't for the best in for
some situations.
Well, I mean, you got two people that are constantly fighting, creating a toxic environment. It doesn't mean, but it is a really hard thing. Is it it or not? If your parents go through that, which I'm fortunate mine didn't.
Me either. Sam's parents
you internalize it. You look at yourself and you analyze and try to figure out what you could have done when something goes wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, we see that. And so when me and Sam, we talk about all that stuff openly, it's just not an option. It's not giving permission to do something bad. It's just saying no matter what, that's not going to happen, period. And that's just kind of how we go about it. So nothing to be worried about there. Tyler got engaged last week, man. That's amazing. So enjoy that. If you got somebody, go after it, man. Go after it.
Says, bless our mess. Love you too, Hunter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So Bearded Motivation, Dave says, could my beard be at terminal length? The front seems to be at a standstill. So Dave has a beard that would be maybe a little bit, he has a different texture beard than yours. His beard is a little bit thinner. He's got more, not patches, but he has a style of beard that doesn't fill in some areas, right? Patchy would be, the definition of a patchy beard would be like spots missing that doesn't make it look symmetrical. Dave's beard is really killer style. It's very symmetrical. It fills in even on both sides. It's just thinner where certain areas where I have hair, you have hair. And his hair is a little bit thinner, not wispier, but thinner. And his length is probably just a little bit longer than yours right now. And he's asking, could I be at terminal length? Because a lot of times when you think about guys being at terminal length, you think of something like this. And you're like, oh, is Dan done growing? How's that working? You can be at terminal length at any length. It really depends on you. Wispy's right. I don't know if that's right, Dave. I wouldn't say it's wispy. I'm not good with my word on that one right there. So I apologize to you, man. It wasn't wispy.
It doesn't lay as flat to the skin, and it just doesn't give that like people that I saw when I came back to school the first time they're like, you're like, why is it so dark?
Yeah.
You know?
It's because it layers itself. So yeah, that's huge.
So yeah, it's just how it lays and all that. And the color of the hair.
So is it possible that at kind of this length of beard, but maybe a little bit different texture, are you at terminal length? It's 100% possible. Could it be at a stunted growth stage where it's just simply not going with anything that right now is growing? Yes. Dave is older than me. Dave, how old are you? 40? 41. 40.
He's right around my age.
I think he's 40. I was actually with him on his birthday.
Oh, nice.
When midnight struck, I was with the man in person in Florida. And I think it was the 40th, right, Dave? 40. Yeah. See how good I am?
Which is my age too. You said 41 yesterday.
Are you 40?
That's cool. Whatever.
When's your birthday?
June 30th.
All right. I rounded up. We're fine. Past halfway.
I'm not like, it's not like I'm going to bring it up on the show.
The mayor always feels like I'm like saying things about it. So he's like, I get you back. It's past half the year. You got to round up, right? That's what kids do. So,
truly.
Dave, could you be? Yeah, you absolutely could be, man. It definitely depends on different beards, different situations, but it really could be. And Joe was there, owner of Beard Octane too, and he said he had his 8th Red Bull by then. So yeah, he wasn't consuming any adult beverages. I was consuming adult girl beverages, and they like to make fun of me. I had a drink that had a strawberry on the side. I was in Florida, man. I was on vacation.
Right.
I didn't
give me a bathtub.
You know me.
I'll be there.
I owned it, man. I was all about it. So it. Yeah, you could. Great question, Dave. Great question. If you have more, guys, just keep them coming as we talk about stuff. It was definitely cute. Thank you. I believe Joe has a pretty good picture of it too when I had the drink. So that was a great time. We got to go down there.
Do you ever hate that? Like you order a drink, it seems like okay,
and that's what
it shows up, and it's got a flashing cup with, like a rose coming out of it,
like rainbow point over here. Like that's what I thought when I ordered it. I read it as a normal like cocktail.
It sounded good and it didn't sound too
strawberry. So I was in this, and once I got there, I was in Florida and I was good to go, So it was they had to give me a hard time about it and everything, but it was amazing. Yeah, it was owner of Beard Octane, owner of Heroes and Legends. We had the owner of Royal Beardsman down there. We had a bunch of other dudes come on out. It was Beard Octane, of course. It was really cool. Just such a good time. I
said to zip this up. This zipper was catching the beard. Like,
really?
You ever have any shirts or any jackets?
I don't wear any that do that.
Okay.
So my wardrobe's completely changed. I don't touch probably 3/4 of my wardrobe anymore. And that's okay.
Get rid of it.
It's still up there. I don't know what it's doing, but it's up there.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. It's still good stuff. So yeah, it could be. It is possible. Yes, Victor. So testosterone and hormones have a big part of that. And you can jumpstart terminal growth if you have a change in your hormones and if you have a change in your testosterone. Again, say this off. We got to do a new, rather than drink, we got to have like eat. Right. I'm going to have a video coming up soon on that. Literally, I actually have a kit upstairs for hormone test. The only thing that I'm hesitant on is it's a blood test. And so I'm just a little bit wimpy.
A prick?
A prick. I've got two of them.
In-home testosterone level test.
Yeah. Shh. Yes. Future video. People stealing video ideas. So yes.
Sorry. I only have a little bit of French. I ever tell you about that? My French. I was asked to leave French class. I was a little. Teacher said I was obnoxious. One day I got called down to the counselor's office, and they told me I needed to find a different class.
Okay. So we got to address three things here. But first, when I was in high school, we had a student teacher in my history class. He emailed home to my mom. My mom still has the email today, saying that I talked too much, that I was obnoxious. Well, I then go and student teach at this high school. Guess who my mentor teacher was?
That
guy. Love him. It's amazing. But how funny is that?
Full circle.
So, three things here. Do you ever just put out crazy videos so you picks them up? Crazy out there. I don't know what to say. But Define Beard Co. says, can we get to the real question here? Does Dan really not own a pair of jeans? I do not own a pair of jeans. Period. In my 10 years teaching with the mayor, he has never, ever seen me wear jeans to school on jeans day, to any function. I do not own jeans.
He doesn't know this. I have a calendar where every day I cross it off. Like, no jeans again. No jeans again. One of these days we're going to have. No, I do not have a calendar. That would be weird.
I'd be all right with it if you had like an over-under days. So no, I don't own jeans. And then I saw somebody else had one here. How can you not eat salads? I've never had a salad in my life. That's another one. I don't like any dressings. I don't like ranch. I know that's another weird one. I don't like any Thousand Island. I don't like any vinaigrettes. So I don't like to eat just crunchy water. It's just not.
Will you eat like a carrot or like cooked carrots or?
Yes. Yeah, I eat vegetables. Oh yeah, I had broccoli.
Not a lettuce-based salad.
Yep. I had a broccoli with dinner. I'll eat most vegetables. I enjoy them. I like peas. Peas are some of my favorite vegetables.
With butter and salt or just straight?
I'll eat them frozen. I'll eat them with
pea pods.
Oh, don't get me started on pea pod. Love me some
Sugar
pea pods.
Peas.
That's best case scenario right there. And then the third thing is I have never had a sip of coffee in my life. Maybe I've had a sip and didn't like it. That's probably where it's at there. But yeah, I am not a coffee drinker. You see my big Bubba keg that I have? It's all water.
Those are very weird.
Very weird to be an adult teacher. No jeans, no salad, no coffee at all. And my main reason with coffee is I don't want to like it. Like I start my day with a lot of energy with no caffeine. And
I see.
I don't want to like it and be dependent on it. And some people are reliant on coffee.
Oh yeah.
Straight up reliant on. What's your coffee routine? Where are you at?
I'll have one in the morning. I will have one about 10 at school.
Okay.
And then if I'm not good, I'll have one at home later, even. 3 cups.
Every day?
No. It just varies.
Okay.
But
are there days you're like, I don't need coffee today?
At all? No.
Yeah.
I usually always have that first cup of coffee.
And I fully know like black is totally fine. There's not like health downfalls to that. But how do you do your coffee?
With a little cream, no sugar or anything like that. But you know, when the diet this summer is just black, and it was still better than anything else I had the rest of the day. You can only have 1 cup.
Okay.
But I'll do a little bit of cream, probably more than Betsy does. But no sugar, nothing like that. Although I used to do that. I used to do cream and sugar. It was crazy. Yeah. But
see, I just don't want to like.
I put a supplement into it. I put like it actually is
coconut oil.
That's what Betsy does.
Okay, does the bullet?
She does. She mixes it, and then she doesn't do it.
That's great.
Oh, she's a little noisy when she does that. Like, let's say her husband doesn't have to go to work on Monday. She does, and she's at the bottom of the barrel. She's scraping it out kind of loudly across the house.
Yeah.
Hypothetically. I don't know. Let's see if she's still watching on that one.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like,
I know that one.
She does that, and that really is like she holds like her, like she's not starving there. She is.
It's like Sam if she's got to get up to get the baby. I don't have any part of it, but she's got to slam the baby wipes on the bed let me know that she's getting the baby up Sam. No, I'm just kidding. She probably does. It's just loud here. Okay, so
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably. And that's all right. I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same.
Betsy has this makeup Bear Sense. She knew I was going to talk about this, but it has these brushes that you like tap in order to like get, I don't know. It's voodoo to me. Okay. But I call it the God drums. Cause like, you know, especially when she was teaching high school and she was up way early, every morning you'd be like, you know, it'd be like, you just got to get out of bed because you can't hear that stuff. I literally went into the store at Birch Run and I asked them if they had any like
quiet ones,
silencer,
wow,
or rubber that they could put so that when my wife slams they really didn't think that was funny. They didn't even understand.
Wow. So we bought a really high-end hair dryer, Babyless, and we got the quiet one just because of that reason. I get up before her, so I try to be polite and
conscientious.
Yeah. So that's a big one.
Considerate.
But I don't want to need coffee because this is like a weird thing with me. I don't get tired. Like I see people that will
crash.
That crash. We have people that are called paraprofessionals in our room and they like help out with kids and stuff. I have seen paraprofessionals like in the morning announcements. So we get into class and there's like 10-minute announcements that the kids do. I've seen them doze off, fall asleep during the morning announcements, adults. And I see other teachers that come in like them. I don't know what's like, guess it's just my energy level and stuff. And I don't have Mountain Dew in the morning. I don't have anything like that, but I'm good. Like I don't get tired like that. It's weird.
Good. You're all, let's be honest. You are the reason your channel is successful. You're the kind of person that can say no, and it's no. It's done. And you kind of just like hold that line.
Fact. Yeah.
I wouldn't say stubborn. It's a more positive thing than that.
Yeah.
But you can just, no, I'm not wearing jeans. I'm not buying jeans. I'm not forever. I'm for never in blue jeans.
Yeah. I don't give in to stuff.
In blue jeans. For never.
I like it.
Yeah.
If I set my mind to something, I'm not going to do it. Like if I say I don't want to drink pop for a week, I'm not touching it. So it's stuff like that. Somebody asked, are you guys both teachers? If you guys are new here, thank you for coming on in. Make sure you join our Facebook group. Bam, down there. My point's always opposite. So Facebook group down there. Yes, we are. We have been teaching together for 10 years now. The mayor has been teaching for 18 years. I am middle school history. I teach ancient world history and then early U.S. history from Revolution to Reconstruction just after the Civil War.
Science, 8th grade science. We do a little bit of, right now we're getting a climate change greenhouse effect, which funny enough, I couldn't even talk about when I started teaching.
How much that has changed.
Yeah, now it's facts.
Yeah, and I had to go to I think I told you this, I had to go to a school board, attorney meeting where someone was suing the school district because we were talking about that. And I was like the calm head to be rational with it. I talked about you in class today. That happens often, but.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We watched the special on the lunar eclipses that happen. We have 2 coming this summer because this year we have 13 full moons. A little fact for you. Usually we have 12 full moons.
We had a wolf moon.
Yes.
Did you talk about?
So yeah, each moon is named after something, right? Wolf moon, I think worm moon is next. All it is from the natives that made it up because in January, the wolves would howl at the moon. So they would call it a wolf moon.
It was their kind of calendar thing.
Yep. A worm moon is when the worms start coming out for warm weather. And so they have all these different things that go with it. Well, in October or November this year, we have 2 full moons. So the second one is the blood moon, of course. But I talked about you because we had that solar eclipse a couple years ago, and you drove down to Nashville for that. And I mentioned that to the students, and one kid goes, science, and shook his head. So I just thought that was perfect because we were talking about everyone's interested in it. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Wamba drove down to Nashville to go get the optimal viewing, and they go, science. And it was like perfect. I'm like, yeah, he is science. So it was like the perfect segue into, he's a science teacher. It just fits good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was one of those things where it was memorable. I'm blessed to have some time with my kids in the summer. Let's go do it.
Yeah,
awesome. My mom too.
So we're both teachers. We have a great spot. We love our job. We usually get to see each other most days of the week. Jeremy, if anybody else that just came in, he said, just saw your beard brand video. I will look forward to it. That's awesome. The mayor was able to smell this out. It is stonemason, guys. Please go watch that review if you haven't. The owner commented on it. Beard Brain commented on it. And if you want to get a different perspective, the mayor has it on his wrist right now. For the people that weren't in here earlier, Mayor, what's your take on this $15 Target product?
I just said it's groundbreaking. It's different than anything I've tried, and it's going to be the scent of a lot of bearded men out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be their go-to base scent because it's just smooth, nice, and very, very, very likable.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be big.
I said smooth, manly.
You know, a lot of people relate like Old Spice to their grandpa or whatever. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of people whose wives think that they smell that's my husband.
I agree.
It's that likable.
I had never thought about that angle of it, but that's spot on. That is absolutely spot on. So Kyle says, can you pick out the leather and sandalwood scents? So I'm assuming Kyle's asking this to the mayor because he watched my videos. He's a good viewer. I said in the video, I do not smell leather or sandalwood in there. Think about those two scents. Tell me if you can smell leather or sandalwood.
I don't. I get something so much more than that.
Yeah, I don't smell either of them in here, and I love leather. I'm burned out on sandalwood, but
maybe they offset each other. So I don't know, but it's
amazing. It's
crisp and without being. Yeah, just gotta try it.
And the mayor said, and he had not watched my video yet. He started it when he got here. He'll finish it later.
It's been a busy day.
Yeah, of course. And he was working up until the stream pretty much, but as he smelled it, he said, it's addicting. I keep wanting to come back and smell it. And I said that in the video.
It's just very, very, layered.
Yes. It's so, he goes, he's learning about Beard Brain and stuff. He goes, oh, okay. All right. I see these guys I see where they're at. This is like a next level type stuff.
They're in a position to kind of take things confidently.
Yeah.
Try a new thing.
Mr. Lung says, so it's well blended. That's a perfect way to describe it. I should have consulted with you guys first before I made the video because you guys are like poets today. The mayor is firing on all cylinders. So, Mayor, whatever you ate today,
all right,
keep that up.
There we go.
Keep that up. Peter White says, Dan, when one side of your beard grows real thick and then the other with layers grow due to a growth pattern, you want to grow it like yours. Should you get maintenance trim? No. If you want to grow it like mine, let it go. If you want to get this, you're going to go through an awkward phase, no matter if yours grows evenly like the mayor, no matter if yours grows unevenly like it sounds like you're pointing out. You are going to go through a phase that is not fun. I've done it a couple times. I've had a couple journeys where I've grown it out pretty long, chopped it down. Grown it out longer, chopped it down. It's just not going to be fun. You'd want to avoid those maintenance trims as much as you possibly can, man. As much as you possibly can.
That's where the Kushel bar comes in. I feel like being able to straighten and control, you really get a bet. Like you don't feel the need to go after it and trim it. It kind of is a really good for those guys who are trim happy. It's a really good way to give you some control without stunting your growth.
And it's even better for that type of beard and the awkward phase type of beard than it is mine. And it's perfect for mine, but it's so good when it's to your face. Amazing question here from McMahon. And Melissa Lopez says, wet stone sounds good. I literally think it smells like a wet stone or like a mineral. Oh, it's so good. Most days I have to test for reviews.
Like just after the rain at a beach and it hit the rock and it's something like that.
Yes, with no earthworms. But McMahon has a perfect question. Dan, what would cause a moderate tingle when first applied in a beard oil? You are having a mild reaction to one of the ingredients, likely the essential oil that's in there. People know if they have a nut allergy and they need to avoid certain carriers, that's likely not going to cause you a reaction, especially if it's a moderate one. If you have a carrier reaction, which makes up 99.97% of this bottle, you're going to feel that reaction pretty badly. If you're having a mild tingle, you are likely allergic to an essential oil, not a fragrance oil, because most people are not allergic to the fragrance oil or synthetic oil. For me, I am mildly allergic to cinnamon. When I put in a beard oil that has cinnamon, my skin lights up red for about 30 minutes and then it calms down and it tingles. So that is definitely, as Jay said there, most people are allergic to cinnamon. I avoid every scent now that has cinnamon because I don't want that tingle. I don't want to go. My thing is I get ready. When I get out of the shower, I'm at work within the next 20 minutes.
Right.
I live across the street from my work, so my skin does not have time to calm down. So I avoid that for 100%, 100%. So definitely a mild reaction to an essential oil that's in there. Common irritants would be the spicy side. People are commonly irritated by clove, by allspice, by cinnamon, by any of those.
Makes
so
sense.
yeah. He said it's actually happened to one other person that I know of on the exact same scent. We both have other scents from the same company. Yep, it would be the essential oil that they're doing. That just adds to it. Ding, 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 ding. That would be a big one. Somebody said tea tree. Tea tree is usually used more on the carrier oil side. And most people don't have an irritation to tea tree. Tea tree is just kind of an abrasive oil with some great properties. I actually have tea tree in today when I'm testing.
A menthol would be also a thing. We'll create a cooling thing.
Yep.
Did you see a lot of that used in the oils though?
It's really hard to work with.
Okay.
Really, really hard to work with.
It's an alcohol, right?
Yes. They make some that are solid menthols, so like they're like stones, but to control it's really difficult. Trust me, it's my number one request from a company, and it's really hard to nail. The second reason why it's difficult is it fades almost immediately.
Right.
Menthol cannot last; the molecules are too small, so it's not going to. It's just not going to work really well. So. A couple people, or maybe that was you that told me that, Whiskey Mike, that they get to tingle from Scotch Porter on their upper lip. Could be. I've been using pure hemp seed oil, and I like the difference it's made on my beard. Any companies you recommend that use it as a main carrier? Mr. Mendez, look up my video, Hemp Seed Oil Carrier Oils 101, and at the end of it, I list the companies that use hemp seed oil as their main one. So that is going to be going. Look at Holly coming in with all that hashtag science, of course.
Yes.
So yes. Thank you, Miss Holly. Go ahead and read that, guys. I don't even have the brain power to pronounce half of it. So
she's talking about basically some strategies for how to kind of reduce the likelihood of a reaction with cinnamon, and that's what I got out of it, at least.
Okay. Yeah, I can absolutely take that. I made coffee oil with almond oil. What other oil would you recommend to add to the mix? Frank, that's one thing I don't do on this channel is I don't recommend any blends, any percentages. Somebody messaged me and said, hey, Dan, I want to do these fragrances and these carriers. What percentage ratio? I don't feel comfortable with DIY, right? Shocker. If you check out my video, I break down the reasons why. Worst case scenario for me is I recommend something and someone has a bad reaction to it. Now, most people are going to be fine with that, but some people are going to hold it against me. Some people may even pursue court.
Right.
So I don't recommend those. My advice is unless you really, 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 really research and spend years knowing what you're doing, I wouldn't come near it. I would just appreciate these companies. And I mean, a bottle of beard oil will last my beard a month. If I were to dedicate one and only use one, it would last me a month or longer. And on average, that's $15. That's 50 cents a day. If you're doing it for price, you're not going to be better than 50 cents a day for DIY.
And you're committed to probably a bigger batch, so you don't get to vary your scents. I don't know. You're just going to burn in the experience. You're going to burn up you're going to have a lot of practice runs, probably a lot of money and time. But if you enjoy it and you're in for the long haul,
Yep. And as Joe said here, it's specific. Everything is so specific, guys. It's, oh my God, I could go on and on forever.
Chemistry.
Yeah, it's chemistry, and there's so much to it. It's not as simple as adding a couple drops. When you deal with fragrances, each fragrance is individual of how much you can use on your skin. And then the total thing has to be done by weight, not by drops. You can't even look at it and say, I have 132 drops in this bottle. I'm going to put in 6 of fragrance. It's all about weight. There's so much to it. So that's a big one. Hey, Dan, can you recommend any beard oils with Tahitian vanilla besides Heroes and Legends, The Villain? Chesapeake has one called Calvary. And I think I've had one recently, but I don't remember. I'm sorry, you'd have to go and check those ones. So it's that'll be a big one for me. Yeah, I don't remember on one of those. So huge. All right, Mayor. Any other topics? Anything you had plans for the people? Anything that popped up in your mind?
Not really. It's just amazing. I get energy seeing that Facebook group build, just being here, doing this, getting all the people, that sit here and just hang out with us. It's like our friends, and I just really, truly appreciate that. I need this. Like the things I'm doing at my regular job, I've done for years now, a lot of years. You've
done them for an adult lifetime.
Yeah.
18 years.
I would be voting.
You would be voting now. You could go into the military and fight for our country.
Yeah. That's sometimes it feels that long. Sometimes it feels like that. But getting to be involved in this is just so awesome. It just goes in so many different directions. It's just so much more. Thank you guys that are out there supporting and, kind of helping the mayor get to do this. It's been awesome. And I am very appreciative to you and appreciative to everybody out there that's been supportive with this.
And we're right back at you. And it's crazy what this became from a summer idea of you growing out your beard to help add to the experience of the channel and to hang out more into what we're making this.
Yes.
With especially the Facebook community.
It just, you'll be like, so-and-so contact me or we're looking at this, and just being plugged into that. It's cool. It's super exciting.
Yeah, it's it really is. And especially if you guys just came in, you want to check out the Facebook community, and we have a barber map recommending barbers. Leo says, what do you think about adding a few drops of castor to your application of beard oil? Perfectly fine. I don't tamper with any of them at all myself, but there's not going to be any harm done by doing that, especially if you have a quality castor oil. Awesome. If you were to ask me, what do I think about adding some fragrance to the company's bottles that they have, I would highly discourage that. But if you want to add in some castor oil, all you're doing is diluting the already fragrances and stuff there. Totally fine, Leo. Very, very low risk in doing that. There's no like chemical reaction that can happen with the carriers. You're totally fine. So if you like something a little bit thicker, but the company only has lighter oils, feel free to add in a couple drops of castor oil. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I got this out here because a couple people had questions about the utility balm. Someone said, are they making it in the styling balm? I don't believe so, James. I don't think Target carries the white line styling balm. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there, but I do not believe so. Somebody else said, is the utility balm scent as strong in the new scent as it is in the oil? Okay, so first off, hit the oil. Okay. All right. Now hit the utility balm. Same strength, less, more. Same, more, less.
If anything, just a touch more.
I agree. I think it's stronger. I 100% think the utility balm is stronger. Grant, do they have the, I know they have the utility balm, but do they have the styling balm in the store? So very specific. Utility balm, AKA butter. Styling balm, AKA balm. They just like to use different lingo. They have beard softener, AKA conditioner. So they like to put they're like, Grant. So yeah, of course they have the utility balm. I reviewed it, but the styling balm I do not think is in their white line. So that would be one for that. Dan, I've tried Lumberyard. Does the utility balm have grit to it like Lumberyard? All right. So there was a good question on the stream. Do you see any grit in there? No. Smooth as butter. Beard Brand's balm does not have any grit to it. Grit happens in the shipping and storage process. Shea butter can be difficult to work with. When it changes its temperature and melts and then re-solidifies, it will form these little grit crystals. And you can solve that by simply microwaving the container. If you microwave the container, short amount of time, 10 seconds, stir, 10 seconds, stir, let it sit at room temperature, or throw it in the fridge if you want. It'll re-solidify and be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Is it good to use Scotch Porter every other day? Yep, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so there, Holly said it perfectly. Shea butter is a jerk. It cannot have a great scent to it sometimes. It re-solidifies in a really weird way. So when it is, BS. Do not microwave a metal container. This is glass, so you're good to go on this one. But yeah, it's just difficult to work with. Changes the product in no way other than for your convenience. So when people say that my Beard Brand balm was gritty, it just means that you had a change in the shipping and storage process Well, their storage is Target. So they have no control over that. So they likely did not have any control. And yeah, same here, Holly. She said, love Shay's skin and hair properties, but man, it's a jerk to work with over time. 100%. It's a freak ingredient. I said that in the review. It does things that it shouldn't. It seals and penetrates. It does so many amazing things, but man, it can be difficult to work with 100%. So good. All right. Well, Mayor, I think it's about our wrapping time. We try to stay about 10:30 here. So kind of final thoughts from me, guys. Thank you for everything. Check out that Facebook group. Know that we still have a purpose. We still have a vision, and it's still early. We are still forming, finding our own, getting everything into the track and the way we like it. There will be mistakes. There will be people getting out of line, but everything will come back together as it goes through. So thank you for a huge week. 10 million minutes watched. Crazy. In the next couple of days, I should hit 18,000 by the end of this week. Subscribers.
Yes.
Man, wild.
I feel like you're joining Facebook now. You're still on the ground floor, right?
Yeah.
We're still in
we just walked into the elevator.
The lobby.
Yeah.
We're in the lobby. Maybe.
I'm ready. And I want to hit 20,000 by spring break. That's my goal. So I think we will. I really do. I think we'll hit 20,000. So even if you share it with one person, you guys, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, thank you. I couldn't have had that one person without you sharing it. So that really means a lot, whether you're sharing the Facebook group and then they get to the channel, or you're sharing the channel, then they get to the Facebook group, or even one and not the other. That's okay too. But that does make a really, really big difference. It as the mayor kind of gets more into this and sees the numbers, I don't think people on the other side realize how much of a difference that makes. Sharing and subscribing and just what that
being
does.
Being active, like at the site, like
saying
this is cool. They've got this barber map. Check it out.
Yes.
Right?
It changes everything because then the algorithm kicks in. Then they start working like, oh, this group has some traction. We want to help this group. So it makes a big difference, guys. It makes a huge difference. And thanks for hanging on Wednesday. We talked about wives. We talked about bass. We talked about jerky plays. We know that this is not just straight up beard content. It's just us. It's who we are.
Beard centered, but life. It's about way more than that.
And I would think that would kind of describe our community. Beard centered, but about life and more than that.
You know, tell something cool happens, something good.
Yep. Tell us. Funk Daddy took his granddaughter to Disney today.
Yeah, was he at Disney or was she there? I don't know. Was he there?
I don't know. If not,
his granddaughter's at Disney, and we know that because of the Facebook community.
If not, I felt like I was there with them. So that's the beautiful thing.
And obviously, he's excited to have, dude,
that's amazing. So that's my final words, Mayor. Sign them off.
Hey guys, awesome stream again. Great to be here. Stay bearded. Stay positive.
Absolutely. Later, fellas. End broadcast now.